So I have this heart wired wreath form. I got it from the Dollar Tree, and I grabbed some heathered yarn from Walmart. This whole roll was about $4.98. And I'm going to start by tying a knot at the bottom point of my heart. I'm then just going to cut off so I don't have the whole roll of yarn with me. And using some hot glue, I'm just going to glue each bar going up the heart and lay the yarn across it. Now, if I don't use the hot glue right now, the yarn is just going to slide, and I want it to stay nice and tight, so we wrap it around the entire heart. So I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to each bar, and then I'm just laying the yarn across the hot glue. Now, when I got to the single bar that laid across the heart frame, I'm just going to go to the first 2 bars and wrap my yarn just across the first 2, and then just wrap it around the first one. And I'm just going to secure it with the hot glue. And then, as you can see, I'm going to cover those sections by just wrapping the yarn directly across. And this is kind of how I made it look continuous and where you didn't see any of the wire peeking through. And on the straight parts of the heart, you can just wrap it around. You don't even need to use the hot glue. Now, once you get back to the curved parts, when you pull the yarn to pull across, and when you pull it tight, you can see how it slides. That's kind of a good indicator that now you need to start using the hot glue again. So once I got to the rounded top of the heart, I again just used the hot glue across all 3 wire frames. And then when I got to the single bar that went across the 3, I just wrapped it around the first 2 wire frames. I hope this is making sense to you guys. And then when I got past that single bar that laid across all 3, I just went back to wrapping the yarn around the entire heart frame. And you can kind of go back a little bit to cover up the pieces we just wrapped around the first 2. And again, the reason why I was doing that is because it seems to just cover the wire frame a little better, where you don't have any gaps in your heart. And then I just continued this around the entire wreath frame, using glue where I felt the yarn was sliding. And when I got to my other end of my heart, I just finished it off by gluing the end of the yarn to the back. And there we go. Now we have the wreath form completely covered with this heathered yarn. I got this love sign from Dollar General. It was $1. And I'm going to take some painter's tape and just tape off so I can paint the arrow. And I'm using some Wise Owl Republic Red. And once that was fully covered, I removed the painter's tape. And I took 2 more pieces, and I'm going to tape off so I can paint just the heart. And for the heart, I'm going to use some Wise Owl Snow Owl. I got these little packs of glitter from my local dollar store, and I'm going to take the pink one. And while my paint was still wet, I'm just going to put some glitter on the heart only. And using my finger, I'm just going to press it into the wet paint, dump off any extra, and let that dry. Once it was dry, I took some of the Wise Owl 1 Hour enamel to just put a top coat so I didn't have the glitter flaking off. And this is what we have so far. I'm going to take my mixture of Republic Red and Snow Owl, which gives me this nice pink color, and I'm going to paint the L, the V, and the E. And then I'm just going to allow that all to fully dry. Once everything was dry, I took my love sign and some hot glue, and I'm just going to glue it on an angle in the center of my heart wreath. I found these felt rose stickers from Dollar General as well. This whole pack was $1. And I'm going to take one of each color, remove the little sticker from the back, and I'm going to glue them into a little bunch at the top left of my heart. And to finish it off, I just took some of my Wise Owl salve to put a top coat on the love sign to brighten it up. And there we go. Now this is one way you can put the wired wreath forms from the Dollar Tree to use. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Paint products can be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can check out some other tutorials over on our webpage as well. Have a great day.